What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning C++. My name is QDS Danny and you guys watching my channel Corio. Alright, so I congratulate you guys to make it this far. So after pointers, we just concluded the pointers. We coming towards the functions. Alright, the mighty functions. I wrote all this, so I thought instead of wasting a lot of time to write something bit by bit, so I just write it and I explain to you guys later on. Alright, so functions. What is functions? Function is the basic building blocks of C++ and it's a basic building block of any programming language. From any programming language, I mean any. You guys look at C++, our Java, our PHP, our C#, our JavaScript, even JavaScript, or Python, our R language, or any other language, even Kotlin language, Golang from Google, any other language is all built on functions. So functions and the ability for the programmer to write their own functions for specific programs is very important. So you guys must be aware that you guys need to make programs, and you guys need to be aware that the functions are the basic building block of any program, and not just C++, but any other program. So with the functions like a brick in a building, so with every brick you guys put it on, and brick by brick you guys build in no time 20-story building. So our 2-story building or 3-story building, you guys can give beauty to the building, you guys can give a functionality to the building, you guys can give entrance, or you guys can give entrance to the house, you guys can give a place for kitchen, or place for bathroom, or place for bedroom, or anything. So you guys can do that with slowly, bit by bit, with the functions. Alright, so and we also put functions like in a car. Any parts in the car have a function. So wipers have a function, steering wheel have a function, doors have a function, even seats have a function, you name it. Engines, inside the engines have a function. So everything, the gaskets have a functions, the motor pumps have a function, the fuel pumps have a function. So anything inside the car is specific, every bits have a functions. Alright, so as I said, functions are the building blocks. They let us, sorry for the typo, so they let us divide complicated programs into manageable pieces. So functions let us, if you guys heard of the dry, I'm gonna put it here. Do not repeat yourself. Do not repeat yourself. So do not repeat yourself as a dry is very big concept in programming. So you guys, with the ability of functions, you guys once you write function, you guys can reuse it again and again. Say if you guys making a website and you guys working with C++ or Java, and you guys want to do login for the user, so you guys, once you write login functions, you guys do not write again. It means that you guys, anywhere you guys want to use that login functions, you just use it. You don't write it again and again. We just, with the ability of functions, we limit ourselves to repeat ourselves in programming, so we make our job a lot easier. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to explain to you guys decomposition. What is decomposition? If the, so we get a big problem, we divide it into pieces, and on that pieces we're going to divide that in further into pieces. So maybe make it that program first we may divide into half. We make it 2 problem, and then even the first half we're going to divide it into 2 pieces. We make it 2 problem, and then become that was tiny bit of 4 problems, and 4 problem we're going to further divide it into another 4. We make it 16 problem, 16 tiny bit of problem, and then we're going to solve that problem. So that's decomposition, and I'm going to tell you guys future videos. And functions are fundamental to C++. So C++ offer us a lot of functionality, so offer us to build our own functions, and C++ got its own function. So it's fundamental building blocks of C++, as I said to you guys. Alright, so we're going further, and functions are the base of class methods. We haven't reached to the class yet, but because we are C++ object-oriented programming language, and functions are the base of the class methods. So I'm going to tell you guys in the future videos. If you guys confused, I'm going to tell you guys what is base class. I'm telling you guys like this. We have a function main, and I'm going to explain you guys why we have an int main. Alright, so every C++ program has at least one function, and that's main function. So if you guys starting as soon as you guys start the C++, I'm here at the light, and you guys, even if you guys going to use any other IDE, either Eclipse or Sublime Text or anything, you guys, as soon as you guys start C++, you guys are going to see this main function. Alright, so every C++ program has at least one function, and that's main function. Alright, so the C++ program is made up of one or more functions, and if you guys see that by now, you guys should see this main function maybe a lot of times. So you guys now by now should be very familiar with int main, int argc and character argv, and we have this guy here return 0. So if you guys don't know these things, you guys go and look my previous videos as I already explained these things. Alright, so C++ program is made of one or more functions, one of which is main. Program execution always begin with main. So this guy is here is the few words and this curly braces, and this is the main. The program execution starts in this area, between these two curly brackets. Alright, so when program control encounters a function name, the function is called or invoked. So when we write our functions and the program come in and encounters function, the function name is called or invoked. Okay, so we're gonna explain to you guys shortly what is how to call functions. This means that the program control passes to the function. The place at which a function is called is also known as calling environment. So this place, if you have a function and we call a function here, is called calling environment. This is the calling environment in this place. This means that the program control passes to the function. The place at which a function is called is also known as the calling environment, as I explained to you guys. The place at which a function, alright, after function that is word program control is passed back. So I'm gonna put this one here, is passed back to the calling environment, which continues execution from that point. Alright, so functions can be defined globally, such as the main function. Okay, so this is the main function and it can be called globally. Okay, so you guys can write this if you guys have wanna go to C++ or any other test or exam or anywhere you guys want to go. These are the one of the main, very important. So I recommend you guys write this, or you guys at least read these things, and you guys should be able to explain why there is a main function and how we gonna call our function and what is the calling environment. After a function does its work, program control is passed back to the calling environment, which continues execution from that point. Alright, functions can be defined globally, such as the main function. Function of the type do not belongs to any class. So function of this type do not belongs to any class. So this guy here, main, this is because if we don't see here a class, if you guys see class, we don't see class here. So far we have done everything, whatever we've done, we haven't seen the class. So it means this main function do not belong to any class and is global. Functions can be defined in any orders, and we're gonna see that in a moment. A function declaration tells a compiler about function name, return type, and parameters. All right. A function definition also provides the body of the functions. Okay, so the first what we're gonna see here is a prototype. So the prototype, what is the prototype? And the prototype always comes here before the int main. So you guys, whatever guys, you guys got a function A, B, C, Corio or Yazdani or any other function, you guys always put it here as a prototype. So the C++, no, because C++ comes in and rewrite line by line, and when it can counter If you guys know that we always put our variables, so we put an int, say my name, or my age, or double my age, or anything you guys needs to declare. So you guys needs to declare everything with the C++. So you guys needs to declare here your prototype, whatever functions you want the main to process. So you guys always declare it. So declaration, and what is the prototype? Prototype is declaration of the function and describes the formal interface of the function. Alright, so with the functions we always put a type, and if you look at here, the type, which is int, and the name is main, and this is a parameter inside that. So it's got a two parameters or two params. If you guys hear params in programming, it means parameter. So it's a type which is here int. You guys can put an int or double or boolean or any other type, and you guys can pass a name here. You guys can put a name, which is function name, and parameter and type. So you guys need to put your parameters, or int, say int or double, float, whatever you guys want to put it here, and you guys need to put a type as well. And when you guys put in your prototype, you guys need to declare that. So if you guys got a double function or double something, you guys here double one or double two, you guys need to put, you guys do not have to put the name of that double, but you guys need to put the type. You guys always need to put a type in your prototype. After this one, then we come here, and that's a function header. This guy here is a function header. So whatever you guys see here, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring this one up so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this. Okay, so this is a function header. If you guys look in here, there is a two squiggly brackets here. There's a body of the function, so it begins from here and ends there. This is a function block. Inside whatever you guys see, there is the empty one is a function block, and that one's a function header. So the body begins from here and the body ends from here. So this is the one of the main simplest function in C++. So what happens with in the compiler, in the memory of the computer, because C++ has a special reserved place. So when you guys go in C++, the compiler looks for this int main. If you guys don't have an int main, it means your program is not going to run. It means your program is going to fail, because the program is like a Washington DC. Put it this way, it's like capital of the United States, where the president of the United States sits. Or you guys in any other country, if you guys look at India, or if you guys look in Pakistan, Islamabad there. If you guys look in Iran, there are Tehran there. If you guys look in Egypt, if you guys look in any country, it's sort of capital. So this capital is where all these president or prime minister sits. So every capitals have a Congress. Say if you have a Capitol buildings, all the senators from the 52 states of America, United States of America, they come and sit. So they represent whatever states they have, locality or constituency or any other place they have, province or whatever you guys call it. So they come and sit here, and they represent, each of them represent county or represent a state or province or territory or whatever you guys call it, our province, whatever you guys call it. So this is the main. Compiler looks for the main, and compiler reads line by line your functions, and you guys need to declare it here, your prototype, because this is very, very important. Alright, so, and as I said, this is int main, and this is the function header. I'm going to explain to you guys in maybe third or fourth video why there is int argc and character arg. Why there is, I don't want to confuse you guys now, and I'm going to tell you guys why there is these things here, why they put it here. Alright, so at the moment we're looking for this main, and you guys cannot use this. Again, it's the naming convention of the C++. Do not allow you guys to use main anywhere else in your program. You guys need to put another one, main A or main B or main C or mainly or whatever you guys want to put. Alright, so we're gonna create our function. So we want to put a void, and I'm going to tell you guys why I'm using void. And our function name is Corio wood. Corio wood. I'm not passing any parameters, and I'm creating that my body begins from there. This called block, and inside the block I'm going to put a C out. and in my C out I'm gonna put a welcome to my channel Corio. So I'm gonna put a few exclamation marks and I'm gonna endel my function. Alright, so if you guys know that I do not have the return, so as you guys look at there, I do not have a return. I do not have. If I put a return, I'm gonna get an error. Why? Because I use a void. It means void means nothing. I don't want to return, because the C++ is object-oriented programming. It revolves around the functions, and the functions wants the you guys to pass to put this return anything, return true, return false, or return you guys whatever parameters you guys, int, main, whatever you guys want to return. You guys return a plus b plus c, or you guys want to return float, anything you guys want to return, because every function returns something unless the function is void. So you guys keep in mind, say if you guys going to program a game, so your games, so you guys gonna program the character of the game. There is a dragon, there is this, and there is that there is a tree, there is every function you guys say square root or anything. You guys do not want to, you guys just want to create something, just want to have a function, but you guys do not have a say return type. You guys don't want to return anything, and you guys always use this void. So the first thing we'll learn is this void. If void is also a function, so if you guys can put this one for Corio would. So now we have a function which is the type void, and the name is Corio would. We don't have any parameter inside here, and now we have a C out. We're going to output something, and if we can put our parameters, and we can put a void Corio would. Okay, so now I put my prototype, and I've declared my function, and I'm letting C++ know that I'm intending to use this function, and I'm calling him here to, I want to call my function. Okay, so let's begin with we do not call first, so we're gonna put our C out first. We're gonna say C out main function. Okay, so we go just say welcome to the main function, and we're gonna put an endl. We're gonna end our line, and I'm gonna call here Corio would, which I don't want to call at the moment. So I'm gonna put a comment, and if you go comment here on top, I'm gonna remove this. We only need you guys, because you guys need the using namespace, standard namespace. Okay, so we're coming down, and we're gonna build our program, and we see what happens. Okay, so we have a 0 warning and 0 error. We're gonna run. Okay, welcome to the main function. Alright, so it means that it's outputting this one. It's not outputting our function, which is this one, because we are not calling that function. We need to call this function inside here. As I said to you guys before, that C++ reads this one, compiler reads this one line by line, so it goes read line. So if you guys put a Corio one on top of this one, it's going to display this message first, and then it's going to display this message. So now what we're going to do, we're going to come here, and we're going to call our function. This is called calling function. So call function. Okay, so now we're going to come, and we're going to see that our function, which is Corio, is going to display here. Okay, So now as you guys see here, welcome to the main function, which is you guys already know. I think I show you guys as the first video or second video. I've already shown you guys how to output your main function. And welcome to my channel Corio, and this one's coming from our functions. And if you guys look at here, so let's see if we don't put this one, for example, if we don't put this prototype, and I'm gonna show you guys what nasty error we're gonna see. So you guys look at here, this is not going ahead, this is our furious. So now the C++ are telling us, Mike, you need to provide us with whatever I want. So I'm not gonna go ahead unless you don't give me this prototype. Do not have to. You have to. Here, see this, there is a red arrow here, and the red arrow means was not declared in this scope, so it means you guys needs to declare this in your prototype. Okay, so now when we removed it and we're gonna run again, and C++ gonna be very happy because we are putting, so you guys look at here that we are displaying our function. This is coming from here. So as I said to you guys, when you guys see this void means nothing, it's empty. As you guys already know, it's an English word. Void is pseudocode. It means pseudocode is plain English. It's called void. So if you don't understand void, then you guys leave a comment and I'm going to explain to you guys what is what. You guys see here like int. Int is also function. You guys can use an int. You guys can use a double. So you guys can use an int, or you guys can use a double here, or you guys can use say boolean, bool. You guys can use anything, but because I don't want to return anything, and because my program is very simple, it's just a C out to the console. That's what I'm using, not using anything except void. So this is the first function, and you guys I can make another function. So now I want to copy this one. Say my second function is gonna be Yazdani, for example. Okay, so my second function is gonna be void Yazdani. Okay, and hi, my name is Yazdani. Yeah, this is Dani. All right. Okay, so now we have a function called Corio would. This is the first function, and our second function is Yazdani. Okay, so we leave it like that. We're not gonna put our prototype. We are not gonna put anything. We're gonna run to see if we're gonna get error. As you guys see, now we did not get any error. C++ don't care because I haven't called it. I haven't put it here. As far as C++ concerned, it says you can have 100, 200, 300 functions. I don't care, as long as you guys don't put it in the main body of the functions. Like I said, this is the assembly, or this is a parliament house, or whatever. As long as the guys not represent here, I don't care. Whatever you guys can have, maybe thousands of functions, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever you guys want to put it. So now I'm gonna put a void. I'm gonna put a Yazdani in my prototype, and make sure you guys, if you guys got any parameter here, say if you guys got an int, and if you guys got an int, make sure you guys display here your int, or if you guys got a string, or if you guys got anything else, make sure you guys put your parameter. This is called parameter inside here. This is called params or parameter. If you guys look at here, that's parameter. So whatever you guys got, if you guys got an int, or double, or float, anything you guys got it, you guys need to declare here. You don't have to put a name. Say if you guys got an int Yazdani, you don't put a name Yazdani, you just put your function, and you just put your parameter type. You guys need to put type. So now we have our parameters Yazdani, and we declare it on top, and Yazdani is here. So now we're gonna call our function here. So but I'm gonna call this Yazdani before every other function. So I'm gonna put Yazdani, I'm gonna call Yazdani. Okay, so now I'm calling Yazdani, which is here before every other functions, and I have already declared my prototype. My prototype is here, but my function this Yazdani is here. So, and my function Corio what is here. So I'm gonna see what happens after that, because I'm calling this Yazdani before every other function. And if you guys look at here, I'm not getting any error. As I said to you guys, the C++ reads line by line. When the C++ encountered this Yazdani, they invoked the function, and the C++ gonna look for the function where the function is. Then the function resides here. I don't care that there's not the C++ not gonna read this one. C++ always looks for this function because we have already declared here our prototype, and the C++ looking for this Yazdani which is here, and the Yazdani comes here first, and then welcome to the main function comes second because that's the second line, and Corio comes third because that's the third line, even though Corio is before this Yazdani, because C++, as I said to you guys, the compiler always looks for the main, and when you guys put the main, because before why there is a main. Okay, now we're gonna see why there is a main, because once you guys start the C++, there is nothing, it's totally empty. So you guys looking, so the idea of the main is for you guys to give you guys ground, or you guys to give you guys any main circuit or main area of the, so you can execute all your programs. So because this means there is no class, this means not class, the only functions here is int main argc character argv, and there is return 0, and the return 0 means that we don't want any error and everything is successful. Okay, so if there is a return 1, it means we have an error. But every program you guys, whenever you guys want to write this int main, you guys don't want error. Alright, so you guys want your program to run successfully, and we don't have a void here, because if you have a void, then you don't have a return. So these are the two opposite forces. If you have a void, you don't have a return. If you have a return, you don't have a void. Simple as that. And then after that, the compiler comes in look for this main, and it read line by line. So it doesn't matter how many functions you guys have, maybe thousands or billion functions or million functions, as like a Google or any other programming language, you guys always put it here. So you guys always put in your main, and the main reads line by line. So if you guys C++ gives you guys the options to put this function above any other function. So you guys might say create your function A or function B or function C or function D, or functions till you guys reach to the say 1000 functions, and you guys come here and put it here, but you guys wanna invoke the function which you guys put the last to the first. So you guys, all you guys need to do is just come here and put it here on the top of each other, because C++ when it comes on compile time is going to read line by line, and when it counters your function, which I already explained to you guys here. So when the program control encounters a function name, the function is called or invoked. So C++ going to call your function, and it's going to invoke your function. So we wrote today a very simple program, a very easy to understand. I hope you guys now there is no ambiguity, or there is nothing for you guys as why there is a prototype here, as why there is a main here, as how we're gonna call a function before another function. So we have two functions here, and we are have a main function which is gonna simply output, and we calling this function, which we have another function here, and we'll be calling before this function. So as I said to you guys, C++ gonna read line by line, and the functions are building blocks of the C++. And when the C++ encounters your function, it's gonna look for your function is gonna look for the prototype. And now here C++ already knows, because we already declared our Corio and Yazdani. C++ already knows that we have two functions down there somewhere here in our program, and even even if you guys have a function, C++ don't care, as long as you guys call it here. See, as far as C++ is concerned, C++ says, as far as you guys not put it here, I don't care where your function is. And when you guys put it here, your function here, and make sure you guys put it on your prototype. So the prototype is very important, and as I explained to you guys, is a function header, and this is the body begins and body ends, and whatever you guys could see inside is called block of the function. So this is how one function. So we have a simpler program which have a Corio wood, and there is another function which is Yazdani. Here we call it Yazdani, and here we call it Corio wood, and you guys call this one as many times as you want. And C++ is gonna simply read your functions, and it's gonna execute your function. All right. So in the future videos, we're gonna see the different methods, how we're gonna pass by value, how we're gonna pass by reference, and I'm gonna explain to you guys in the future videos how we're gonna do a cool new things with our functions. We're gonna see different types, access modifier with the functions, how we're gonna modify our functions, how we're gonna construct destruct because that's in object oriented, that's in classes, but at the moment we are on the function, we're going to see you guys how we're going to have different functions. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Look after yourself and look after our channel as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.